Hi, I'm Debbie Dotson. I'm from Boxlight, Mimeo, and we came today to Tucson, Arizona to Andy Tolson Elementary School to conduct experiments using our product called Labda by Globusins. And what the Labda is a handheld data logger. What that means is a portable STEM lab that the students can carry in their hands. Each device is a circular device that has about 14 to 15 sensors built into it. And today our experiment was done with the 4th grade. What we did is we talked about temperature, humidity, ambient temperature, and the differences from the environment that we did our experiment with. So what we did is we had them make their hypothesis about that in the shade and in the grassy areas that the temperature would be lower versus the temperature on the playground where there's cement. And then we went with them, and each group had one of the devices, and then it collected. We did sampling of about 1 sample per second, which collected every second that we were out on the trip. We collected the data. They can see firsthand and actually experience the experiment rather than just visually see something being done. They actually get it done themselves and work with it. We called today STEM Day, and we did this experiment basically simultaneously in 4 areas. We did it in Arizona, New Mexico, Mexico, and in Florida today. And what we plan to do is we plan to have the classes communicate with each other at a later date via Skype or Google Hangout so that they can compare their results, so that they can see how temperature and humidity and the whole environment differs from different parts of the country. For example, they'll be able to see that Florida is much different than Arizona as far as the humidity and the temperature. The way the device is designed is the buttons have visual images of like a temperature gauge and a sound gauge. And so when the student looks at the perimeter of the device, it's a circular device, they would be able to see which sensor went with each type of button. And that's how they would know which one to use. So the pH has a little metal clasp, and those sensors are universal, so any sensor, whether they're ours or if they already had some sensors, they would be able to use those. They have 14 experiments that are built in. They have sensors. The sensors are built into the exterior of the device. So there's a sound, there's a temperature, there's pH, there's ambient temperature can be either way. There's actually a temperature sensor that can be put into something, or there's a sensor built right into the device. It also has a motion sensor built into it. So at the bottom of the device, there's a motion. You can test gravity. I think we're on the cusp of a revolution in science. I think that science has been neglected, particularly in elementary schools, due to the lack of time. And now we're seeing as a country that we want to be global, and we need to create global citizens, and the way to do that is to be able to put these types of things in their hands. And so our focus as a company is to make sure that we provide the most current devices that can help move them towards STEM teaching and being able to work in a global workforce. Other countries have far exceeded us with their science, and we need to catch up. So Labda is a way to catch up.